because we're doing it all the time. We're putting it out all the time because we've got vibrations. Vibes only. Universe doesn't speak English. So if we look at what vibrations are from a spiritual context, it refers to the energetic state of something. The energetic state of something. And we say in unity, thoughts become things. We say in unity, thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. We say in unity, thoughts have creative power. Charles Fillmore, Rudolf Steiner, Ernest Holmes, these great men knew these things spiritually, and now we have a science called quantum physics that confirms everything that new thought has said from a spiritual realm. So then, if the universe doesn't speak English, how does the universe know what to create from our thoughts and our feelings? It's from the frequencies, from our vibes. This is why it's important to do spiritual work. Because if you want higher vibration things in your life, you need to align with your thoughts and your feelings and your actions so the universe understands what you want more of. Because there is the law of prosperity, the law of abundance. The law will fulfill itself, always. Lack thinking will get you an abundance of lack. The law will fulfill itself. Abundant thinking, prosperity thinking, believing that I am fully resourced right now, that this is a sacred moment, that God wants me to succeed and there is nothing I need that is not already within me, is going to get me more of that. We have a choice. So it behooves us to pay attention to our vibes. Because what is this whole experience for? What is this whole experience for? I don't know what decade it was, but it was we had the T-shirt, the saying that life's a bitch and then you die. Is that the purpose? Or is it for us to see that we are one, that we are part of, that we are a creative expression of the one presence? We are the creative expression of the one presence. What are we creating? I don't know. It's up to you. How will you align yourself? What you align yourself with will determine what it is that you create. Do you align yourself with the thought, there is one presence, a loving God? I don't always. Matter of fact, as I was preparing these slides, thinking about what an awesome spiritual presentation I was going to give, I was sat down at my computer and was getting ready to put all of this together, kind of get my thoughts organized. And then my husband called me, and we had a very interesting conversation because we have a life situation going on. It's not a very pleasant life situation, and it involves some people that I don't necessarily like. How's that for spiritual principle working in my life? And in this conversation, in this discussion we had, man, my ego hit a home run. I was expressing my opinions and my judgments and knew exactly what my vibes were saying. How did I know? How do you know what your vibes are saying? You feel it in your body, yes. We got off the phone, and it wasn't like the conversation ended. Oh, no. I was all alone in my house, and I was walking around all tense, being angry, upset. Felt like I hadn't been properly understood. He obviously was not seeing things the right way. and he was going to need a good talking to later. There are no accidents, and I'm doing this, and I'm sitting in front of my computer going, oh, God. And integrity is very important to me. And so I picked up the phone, and I called him back, and I said, I've got some work to do around this. I recognize that. And not that it was perfect, but I felt it necessary to clean up some stuff before I could even start doing this and organizing my thoughts. So our power lies within our inner vibrations that are expressed in the form of thoughts and feelings and then turn into actions. And it has a creative power. And I love this question because in this creative power, I think sometimes that we get caught up in this idea that we're working towards something, that we're supposed to be striving, efforting, working towards a goal. Not that any of those things are bad, but coming from my perspective, oftentimes when I'm in that state, I forget to ask myself this question. What if this was a great big huge celebration? Our celebrations hard work, setting up for them are, but the actual celebrating part of things, it's easy. What if this moment was meant to be easy? What if we're being extended an invitation to celebrate this moment, this life, my life? What if I'm being asked to recognize that there is no separation, that if God is always blessing and is a blessing, then I am that same thing? And I've started to use this question, and the more this is the thing about intellectual practice and why it's important, is so that we're in the moment, when we're in the thick of it, we've got something that we can latch onto. And this question for me is sort of that thing that I can latch onto. Wait a second, this doesn't feel easy. It doesn't feel easy in my body. What is that telling me? I might have some work to do. I might have something to give up, to surrender, to let go of, to thinking that I know the way to do my life today. And my ego really wants to believe that I know what I need to do, how I need to do my life today. And anybody else's life. So if you have any questions about how to do your life, please come see me after the service, because my ego will have an answer for you, certainly. So I offer you that question. What if this was supposed to be easy or easier? If you can't get to easy, could you get to easier? There is one stream of consciousness. If anybody ever listens to Abraham Hicks, Abraham being channeled through Esther Hicks, that's what they talk about a lot. There's one stream of consciousness. And for me, it was kind of like a aha moment. It was like, duh, yeah, of course. But she said, a lot of times we're brought up believing there's two streams. There's the bad stream, and then over here there's the good stream. And if we do everything we're supposed to do, then we get to go into the good stream. But if we don't follow the rules and we don't do what we're supposed to do, then we're going to end up in the bad stream. But it's not about doing it all. It's about being. There is one stream of consciousness. God is the one whole. There is one stream. Now, this is important for me because it tells me that universe in manifestations is always pulling from one source. I like to keep things simple. Because of that one stream, that one consciousness in which it all exists, everything exists, Our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our actions become the magnet that the universe works with us as co-creator partners. Now, I don't know about you all the time, but I don't always know what the next best thing for me is. But I don't always have to know, because wonders are waiting to happen. Wonders are waiting to happen. So then it becomes my job to affirm that wonders are waiting to happen. We're doing Course in Miracles in the 9:15 service. Do we expect miracles? Do we expect wonderful things to happen? Are we creating space for the unknown to just emerge, what I talked to last week? Do we create space for the unknown, for God, this magnificent intelligence to bubble up and provide something better for us than what we could possibly imagine or know for ourselves? And do we believe that that is the truth? Do we believe that that is the truth? Sometimes I don't. That one stream of consciousness and our vibration. This was another key piece of information for me, because we talk about like what we need to do to raise our vibration, or my vibration is really low. But your vibration, your vibrational state already contains everything in it that is your greatest soul's desire. You don't have to do anything to raise it, to lift it up. It's intact, complete. So what gets in our way? The beaver dam. So all of our experiences over lifetime are creating these little sticks that our little beaver mind goes about and keeps collecting and keeps collecting and starts building obstacles and damming up what should be one consistent, easy flow. It's meant to flow. And so we create these inner obstacles, these inner blockages, through thoughts of, I don't deserve that much good. Through the inner belief of, you know what, I don't deserve this, I didn't work hard enough for it. Through the inner belief systems that was bestowed upon us through various sources that I might not be worthy enough. Am I the only one who has those messages running around in my inner being? I got some beaver dams. But knowing that I don't have to go in and fix anything. It's already intact, it's already whole, it's one stream. I've just got some stuff to surrender. And you start to take one stick away and one stick, and you just let it flow down the stream, and then pretty soon enough water rushes in and washes the whole thing away. Right? Amen. I love acronyms. I absolutely love acronyms. So I was like, V.I.B.E.s, that's going to be a hard one. V.I.B.E. Came up with vibrational internalized beliefs that are energized. That's what your vibe is. You can feel it in your body. You know whether you have a good vibe or a not so good vibe. Vibrational internalized beliefs that are energized. Beliefs. What's in the middle of every belief? A lie. Truth is truth. It is unchanging. What truth are we going to actually step in and claim and live? That's where integrity comes in. If I believe a truth, if I claim a truth, it means I have to call my husband and say, I'm sorry, I've got some work to do. Beliefs are like the snag in a sweater. When you start to pull on it, the whole thing unravels. You just need to get that first little pull. And once you start to unravel, you uncover a deeper truth. So when we discover those beliefs that are not reflective of the truth, we need a little R&R, not rest and relaxation. We need some radical responsibility. radical responsibility that I am the creator of this life, that I am in partnership with God, that there is no separation between me and God. We are one, we are whole, I have everything I need, and God wants me to succeed. But we've got some key performer indicators to get me there. Radical responsibility says, I got to go through this process. I got to wake up. That's why we come here. Everybody who's in this church is here because there was a process of waking up. Am I wrong? You answered a calling. Something in your soul was stirring. You decided to wake up and follow it. That was that divine intelligence speaking to you, saying, yes, you're right. You're 100% right. There is a better way, and I'll show it to you. Go to this church. And you showed up. Grow up. We have to realize each one of us absorbed messages, beliefs, internalized thinking patterns from our childhoods, not because we were surrounded by terrible people, some of us were, but because things happen. And then we go through a process of cleaning up so that we can show up. Show up how? In your genius, in your expression of the divine. Second acronym, so that you can know your very intimate beingness emerging, so that you can know that God calling that is working within you, seeking to be a greater expression. And know your vibrant, interior beloved essence. And then when you put love in front of all of this, now you get a love vibe. Love, let omnipotence vibrate everywhere so that your vibrational internal beliefs that are energized show your very intimate beingness emerging, and you can know your vibrant interior beloved essence. My friends, that was not me. That was God speaking. I want to wrap this up. I have a reading. And I would like this reading to be the meditation part of this. And this was really important for me to share this because I think it's probably the most beautiful thing I have read in a long time. I read this and it just spoke to my soul. It's from Ken Wilber's book, A Brief History of Everything. This is a really dense book. But the way he formulated this part. So I invite you to, if it's comfortable for you, to just close your eyes and allow these words to wash over you. We can summarize all of this very simply. Evolution goes beyond what went before, but it must embrace what went before, and its very nature is to transcend and include. And thus, it has an inherent directionality, a secret impulse toward increasing depth, increasing intrinsic value, increasing consciousness. In order for evolution to move at all, it must move in those directions, so there's no place else for it to go. Because the universe has direction, we ourselves have direction. There is meaning in the movement, intrinsic value in the embrace. As Emerson put it, we lie in the lap of immanent intelligence, which by any other name is spirit. There is a theme inscribed on the original face of the cosmos. There is a pattern written on the wall of nothingness. There is a meaning in its every gesture, a grace in its every glance. We and all beings, as such, are drenched in this meaning, afloat in a current of care and profound value, ultimate significance, intrinsic awareness. We are part and parcel of this immense intelligence, this spirit in action, this God in the making. We don't have to think of God as some mythic figure outside of the display running the show. Evolution is both God and goddess, transcendence and immanence. It is immanent in the process itself, woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. But it everywhere transcends its own productions and brings forth anew in every moment. And we are invited, I believe, to awaken as this process. The very spirit in us is invited to become self-conscious, even superconscious. Depth increases from subconscious to self-conscious to superconscious on the way to its own shocking recognition. Utterly one with the radiant all, and we awaken as that oneness. What do you think? Is that crazy? Are the mystics and sages insane? Because they all tell variations of the same story, don't they? The story of awakening one morning and discovering that you are one with the all in a timeless and eternal and infinite fashion? Yes, maybe they are crazy, these divine fools. Maybe they are mumbling idiots in the face of the abyss. Maybe they need a nice, understanding therapist. Yes, I'm sure that would help. But then I wonder, maybe the evolutionary sequence really is from matter to body to mind to soul to spirit, each transcending and including, each with greater depth and greater consciousness and wider embrace. In the highest reaches of evolution, maybe, just maybe, an individual's consciousness does indeed touch infinity, a total embrace of the entire cosmos, a cosmic consciousness that is spirit awakened in its own true nature. It's at least plausible. And tell me, is that story sung by mystics and sages the world over any crazier than the scientific materialism story, which is that the entire sequence is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying absolutely nothing? Listen very carefully. Just which of those two stories actually sounds totally insane? I'll tell you what I think. I think the sages are the growing tip of the secret impulse of the evolution. I think they're the leading edge of the self-transcending drive that always goes beyond what went before. I think they embody the very drive of the cosmos toward greater depth and expanding consciousness. I think they are riding the edge of a light beam racing toward a rendezvous with God. And I think they point to the same depth in you and in me and in all of us. I think they are plugged into the all, and the cosmos sings through their voices, and the spirit shines through their eyes. And I think they disclose the face of tomorrow. They open us to the heart of our own destiny, which is also already right now in the timelessness of this very moment. And in the startling recognition of the voice of the sages becomes your voice. The eyes of the sage become your eyes. You speak with the tongues of angels and are alight with the fire of a realization that never dawns nor ceases. You recognize your own true face in the mirror of the cosmos itself. Your identity is indeed the all, and you are no longer part of that stream. You are the stream with the all unfolding, not around you, but in you. The stars no longer shine out there, but in here. Supernovas come into your being within your heart, and the sun shines inside your awareness. Because you transcend all. You embrace all. There is no final whole here, only an endless process. And you are the opening or the clearing or the pure emptiness in which the entire process unfolds. Ceaselessly, miraculously, everlasting, lightly. And if that's not a celebration, I don't know what is. Thank you very much.
You know, it's interesting. The older I get,